The following is an official lore video of the Dark Diaspora Universe, a journey in world-building project.
War, despite endless suffering and needless violence, has always bequeathed to humanity innovative and novel technologies. Our history is littered with advancements, conceived in the fires of conflict, that have transformed society or underpinned decades of prosperity. So it is far from hyperbole to claim that, without the discovery of anti-gravity fields during the dying embers of the War of Cataclysm, our desperate gambit of escape and survival would have failed. The discovery of anti-gravity fields proved instrumental in the early work of the United Recovery Authority. On Earth, anti-gravity excavators extracted and hauled the millions of tons of resources required to fuel the foundries of industry. Anti-gravity transports rescued the survivors of Earth, effortlessly gliding across the broken and devastated terrain of the world. Hundreds of anti-gravity boosters were launched daily, rising smoothly into the air and space beyond, as if by magic, ferrying components and later workers and colonists to Bridgehead Station. Yet, it was the role of the anti-gravity drives in spaceflight that proved decisive to humanity's scattering among the stars. At first, rudimentary drives were jerry-rigged to makeshift orbital craft by the trade lanes of Old Sol, bouncing between Bridgehead Station, helium-3 mines on the moon, and heavy metal operations in the asteroid belt. But while this interplanetary fight opened up the solar system to humanity, the stars remained out of reach. That required faster than light travel. To draw on the power required to disperse the survivors among the stars, humanity found the solution in the seething and churning energies latent in the vacuum of space itself. Momentary realization and compression of this zero-point energy, or ZPE, proved an effective proxy for a singularity-level gravity well, and soon ZPE-powered anti-gravity drives were being tested for interstellar flight. With hope filling the artificial air of Bridgehead Station for the first time since before, hundreds of thousands of survivors were ferried from the surface for the last time and loaded into small colonization craft, known to passengers and to history as scatterpods. These pods, metallic gray and cylindrical, were far from the grand space-faring vessels of science fiction, but what they lacked in finesse, they made up for in mass production. Thousands of pods were constructed, each with their own anti-gravity drive, capable of carrying 500 men, women, and children, along with provisions, frozen embryos, seeds, and equipment across the stars. The risks of launch were great and failures were common, but humanity had come too far to stop. Those lost were simply added to the collective grief of humanity, unnamed and faceless martyrs whose sacrifice was mourned, but then soon forgotten. And so, only half a century after the formation of the United Recovery Authority, the scattering began, with the weight of hope for a better future for humanity resting on its shoulders. Yet, we know now that the dispersal of the orphans of Earth that laid the foundation for a diaspora was not our salvation. That we simply traded a dead homeworld for the pain, suffering, and terror of a cruel universe.
Hey!